I'm Taylor Oracle. This is a July 2021 forecast for Capricorn. Capricorn, this is a bittersweet month for you, I must say. I must say indeed. You have this new family, new home feel this month, right? Ten of Cups. Now, the difference between the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles is the Ten of Cups is a new family, a younger family. You look at the Ten of Pentacles, it's an older family. Talk about this in my book. But basically, you're looking at the Ten of Cups being, it feels like a new homestead, new family kind of feel for the month. A lot of things you're just not happy with. If you had to choose, I mean, if somebody just presented you with a lot of choices and you had to choose some of them, it seems like almost all of them just don't work. That's sort of the feel of the month, too, with emotionally, right? The Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups. No matter what you're handed, it just seems to not work. Is that because of the situation? Is that because of your attitude? I do think some of this is attitude-based, where you just feel like things need to work better, things need to flow better, and they're sort of stunted. In July, it feels like we're trying to catch up or sort of recovery mode. Five of Cups being on the far left is good because as we sort of progress over time, again, the new homestead feel, but the Queen of Swords is interesting. That feels like that we need to micromanage things a little more than necessary. You know, okay, so micromanaging isn't half bad. I hate to say that, right? Oh, by the way, Waterfall Tarot, my tarot. This is Echoes of Nature, and this is the Thoth. So my tarot, my oracle, Thoth, not mine, obviously. It feels like that we're just starting out at just this emotional challenge state. This is something that is drug out through June to now, right? Again, it seems like everything just doesn't work. Sometimes everything just doesn't flow, and we need it to flow, and this is being dragged into July from June. Queen of Swords, let's talk about the micromanagement. Let's harp on this a while. It feels like micromanaging things is necessary for a lot of reasons. It feels like that micromanaging, we need to do that in order to get things done properly. Maybe it's because of the Five of Cups not being exactly where we wanted to be. Maybe it's because of the Four of Cups feel of everything just ain't working. Everything just ain't sort of moving the way that it should. You do have that overall feel, right? We have two disappointing cards at the end with decent things in there. Do you really need to micromanage everything this month? I mean, maybe. Okay. Micromanaging has a bittersweet aspect to it. Micromanaging everything is good because you get it done the way that you need it to be done. But micromanaging is a pain in the butt. Nobody likes doing that. It feels like that things should just flow better, and you shouldn't have to go to those extremes. And that's why you have this sort of new homestead thing too. It feels like things are in place, things are moving along, but they're not moving along at the pace that I need, nor at the results that I need from getting through there. But yeah, micromanaging is a pain, but you feel like you have to do it in this particular month especially. Now, it's interesting that you have both of these in the same read. I mean, you have both of these in the same read, okay? That really sort of dramatically influences this emotional challenge that we have in July. There are things that ain't working. Is it something that's just going to be detrimental to us? I really don't think so. I don't think this is the end of the world. I just think things are emotionally challenged. You have a double Five of Cups, sort of a double whammy of disappointment in the month. This is a challenge. I'm not saying the whole month is just crap. You do have a very, very lovely six almost immediately after it in the Thoth. You have things balancing out. You do have things sort of blending a little bit better later on. But it just feels like this double five, right? The Lord, it just feels like this just disappointing feel in here. So let's take a look at the oracle where we're going here. Casting a long shadow. Funny that this is just right below the Five of Cups combo. It feels like that casting a long shadow is indeed what we end up doing. Is it us that's casting a long shadow? Maybe. It feels like the long shadow is where we're sort of traversing through. It feels like this is something that has been going on. This is something that has been moving or is sort of moving through. Being sly is kind of interesting next to intensity. There are some sneaky things that need to be done this month. Bottom line, there are some sneaky things. In other words, I'm not saying you have to just, completely be like a Seven of Swords, kind of, sneaking out of the circus or whatever. But you do need to be aware that there are maybe some white lies that need to be told. There are some things that you need to do that you don't really share with everybody. Maybe something to get through this. Maybe a leadership aspect of the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a very sort of a dictator, a very sort of emotionally distraught person, somebody who's been through a lot emotionally. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's why we have to be sly from that. But it feels like if we tell everything to everybody, it could be challenged at the end of the day, especially in July. You just don't want to share your entire life story with everybody in July. Is that going to be a constant thing for you? No. It just feels like this month, again, we're dragging things into this month from last month. Some of the things aren't going to be beneficial. Some of the things may not be to our best interest and whatnot. But yeah, intensity is sort of focused at the end of the month, okay? There's some things that we don't want to deal with. Intensity is associated with that. Intensity is sort of an unusual card. Intensity says that taking things on head first may not be the best, may not be your best alternative, right? Taking things on head first may not be the best way. That's partially why being sly is here, right? Maybe we need to do a little sneak around a little bit, do some things in the background, make some things happen, and then we're going to be a little bit better off than we were before, basically. So there's your month in a nutshell. Anyway, have fun with all of that. We'll see you in August.